kind of designed the WODs specifically for team, and we did same sex, so you could work with someone. Typically people pick teams that they work with someone similar in skills and similar in strengths and weaknesses, and you complement each other. So kind of the concept behind a lot of CrossFit, you see it, it's not that unique. You see it in a lot of competitions. What we were trying to do is put together workouts that one person would work to the max, and just at that point where they could no longer spike and give that exact 100% effort and they started coming back down, their partner would step in and they would get to that peak, and they'd be able to substitute for them while the other partner rested, got their wind back. So both of them kept trying to complement each other with what we call that red line effect, where they kind of wound it up to the point where they're at maximum efficiency, and just as they start to come down, the other person jumps up. So it's a real shock to the body to go from a resting period where they're kind of coming back down to where they can give that 100% maximum effort in each WOD that we had. And that was kind of the concept, using different skill sets, different vocations, and different functionalities of what they were being exposed to, whether it be in endurance, strength, mobility, something that made them jump into a different skill. So that's what we really try to do with this competition.
Nice. It's pretty good.
Yeah, different dynamic.
One weakness, the other one picks up, and vice versa. It's pretty nice. Strategy comes into effect when it's a partner. So definitely a nice competition.
Definitely like the team concept. Makes it more fun. You know, split the work up.
More motivated.
Yeah.
Motivated to push harder.
Work off the strengths and weaknesses of each other. So it was nice. It was good. That was a good idea. Better as a team than an individual.
It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's good. Just kind of motivate each other. You know, you don't want to let the other guy down, so you know, you push yourself a little bit harder than you would if you were by yourself. So it's nice to do that.
My partner and I worked on how we wanted to split it up, and I think we did a nice job of doing 4 and 4, 8 and 8, and really working together on those transitions to make them smooth.
It worked out good for us because we were able to trade reps, 4, 4, 4, 4, and alternate on the box, step over, so it worked out really good for us. Yeah.
Team concept works better for me for competitions too, because the last thing you want to do is let down your teammate, so it's just fucking go. There's no stopping. So it's easy to take a break when you're by yourself, but not when you got somebody you got to look at every time you're training.
Team concept's the way to go. It gives you an opportunity to connect with another athlete, develop a strategy, and just work hard. So it's awesome.
When we picked the WOD, the first WOD, doing a bar movement with a ground to overhead, putting in with a lateral box jump, it was a concept that was simple, and some of the simplest movements are the ones that are the hardest, because they could substitute for each other at any time, but that constant ground to overhead, ground to overhead, ground to overhead, and then taxing the legs as you went back and forth with metabolic conditioning. It was a great opportunity for the two partners to kind of get their body warmed up, but at the same time do some exercises that they would see later on and get those body parts going with WOD number 1. WOD number 2 was a WOD that we really wanted to incorporate running. You see a lot of rowing in WODs, you see a lot of competitions that, for lack of geographical terrain or the inability to be outside due to inclement weather or some of these other conditions, we specifically wanted to put in a run where a partner was running each and every time the other partner was doing a weightlifting or Olympic movement or something where they were having to bear weight, whether it be a kettlebell, whether it be an Olympic bar, and each time they ran, they were having to, again, go from a lifting exercise to have to kind of incorporate that endurance, but do it at a very quick pace. We've always said that the 400-meter sprint, most track people say that's probably the hardest race to run, because it is still a sprint, but at the same time, it's a long enough distance that it creates huge problems for your cardiovascular system. The last event that was before the championship WOD, we kind of want to put it all together. Teams warmed up. The third WOD was one that, again, in its thinking was very simple, but having to do a simultaneous bear complex, you're only as good as your weakest link. And each partner had to be in concert with their other, had to be synchronized, so they're doing each part of the bear complex at the same time. But at the same time, again, we're throwing in a very defined skill with a double under, to where each of them are having to engage in a technical skill and still move back into the bear complex together. And doing the upward ladder, the 2, 4, 6, 8, that we felt was probably the hardest culmination of events that we could come up with. And again, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and both partners, you know, kind of had to bring together and complement each other in a way that one might be a little stronger, one might be more technically sound in the double under, but at the end of the day, they had to do it together, complete it together, and because of that, having to do it at the same time, that was one we knew was going to be very difficult.
The second one's gonna be the worst. It's gonna be the worst. All those sections, it's the worst part. It's mental.
Let's do it, baby.
All of them.
No, pretty good.
Yeah, they are good.
Actually, I was gonna say the second one.
Why?
Yeah.
Nobody likes front rack lunges.
No one likes
nobody
running.
likes those. And nobody likes running either.
Or wall balls.
Yeah, we don't run too much at our gym, so.
No.
All of them.
Anything involving running?
Yeah.
Or lifting weights, actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but we're superheroes.
So we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's really good.
My least favorite WOD, bar bro, by far. Because it's 5 rounds, and probably at the very end, you want to puke when you hit round 4.
I don't know yet. I'll tell you when it's over.
Probably set involves 30-pound wall balls.
I'm gonna have to say the lunges in the third WOD.
Second one. The lunges in the second one are going to be the hardest. That and whether to go for your second round and try to get the double points, the kettlebell swings, or to pace yourself and get more throughout the first round. That's going to be I think the real difference maker in this one.
We're fortunate enough, and again, you talk to any person, any business, hopefully if the person or the business is humble enough, they'll say, we got to where we were because of other people, because of other businesses, because of other help that we got along the way, and this is no exception. Even though we're an established box, we've been here for a while, we've run competitions before. CrossFit Grind is a new box up in Massachusetts, and we've been working with them as one of our fellow owners, Jason Gaudette. He has helped them open their box up in Massachusetts, and that's what CrossFit's all about. It's about community. It doesn't matter if you're a box that's been around for 20 years and a new box opens it up that's been here for 3 months. You should welcome them into the community. You shouldn't look at it as competition. You should look at it that any CrossFit box is good for your box. It's going to make you better. It's going to bring you ideas, and that collaborative effort is what let us do this competition. They came down here, they brought equipment, they brought instructors, they brought perspective, they brought enthusiasm, they brought members, and that's something that at the end of the day, that's what CrossFit's all about. It's about community, it's about collaborating with friends, making friends. It's about ideas that you might not think of, thinking outside the box, and that's what they allowed us to do. So a huge, huge, huge thank you and a pat on the back goes out to them, because like with any success, it comes from multiple people. Success is never an orphan. It's many, many people coming together.
Male RF team, Team Stewart, Jonathan Stewart, Scott Kenneth. Hope they have a great practice in 8.